Feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like your nervous system is stuck in overdrive. But there's good news. You can retrain your nervous system to better cope with stress and cultivate a sense of calm. Think of your nervous system as having two main modes: the sympathetic nervous system, responsible for the fight-or-flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes rest and digest. The key to feeling calmer and more in control is to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. In this video, we'll go through 5 practical tools to help you regulate your nervous system, reduce stress, and improve your overall well-being. Let's start with the foundation of nervous system regulation, your breath. When you're stressed, your breathing tends to be shallow and rapid, further activating the sympathetic nervous system. The good news is that you can use your breath to consciously shift into a calmer state. By slowing down your breathing and extending your exhales, you signal to your body that it's safe to relax. One of the most effective breathing techniques is called box breathing. It's a simple yet powerful tool used by Navy SEALs to stay calm under pressure. Here's how it works. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath gently for a count of 4. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 4. Hold your breath again for a count of 4 before inhaling again. Repeat this cycle for at least 5 rounds or longer if you find it helpful. You can practice box breathing anytime, anywhere to calm your nerves and regain a sense of control. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just need a moment of peace, box breathing can be your go-to tool. Our minds are incredibly powerful, often pulling us into the past with regrets or worries, or propelling us into the future with anxieties and what-ifs. While it's natural for our minds to wander, getting caught in these thought loops can amplify stress and make us feel disconnected from the present moment. That's where grounding techniques come in. Grounding helps to anchor us in the here and now, bringing our attention to the physical world around us and interrupting the spiral of stressful thoughts. One of the simplest and most effective grounding techniques is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. It engages all 5 senses to bring you back to your body and the present environment. Here's how to practice the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Acknowledge 5 things you can see. Look around your surroundings and notice 5 things you might not normally pay attention to. Acknowledge 4 things you can feel. Notice the feeling of your feet on the floor, the texture of your clothing against your skin, or the warmth of your breath on your hand. Acknowledge 3 things you can hear. Tune into the sounds around you. Acknowledge 2 things you can smell. Pay attention to any scents in the air. Acknowledge 1 thing you can taste. Notice any lingering tastes in your mouth. The 5-4-3-2-1 method is a quick and easy way to ground yourself whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or disconnected. Chapter 3: Somatic Movements. Resetting your nervous system through movement. We often think of movement as a way to exercise our muscles, but it's also a powerful tool for regulating our nervous system. Somatic movements are gentle, mindful movements that help release tension, calm the mind, and promote a sense of well-being. These movements work by tapping into the body's natural ability to self-regulate and find balance. One simple yet effective somatic movement technique is called shaking. Shaking is a primal reflex that animals use instinctively to discharge stress and release excess energy. Think about a dog shaking off after a bath, or a cat shaking off after a perceived threat. It's their way of resetting their nervous system. We humans have this same innate ability. Here's how to practice shaking. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, knees slightly bent. Begin by gently shaking your hands and arms. Let the movement flow naturally, as if you're shaking off water droplets. Gradually extend the shaking to your shoulders, chest, and torso. Allow your body to move freely without forcing or exaggerating the movements. Continue shaking for 1 to 2 minutes or longer if you feel comfortable. You might notice your breath deepening or a sense of release in your body. When you're finished, Take a few deep breaths and notice how you feel. You might feel more grounded, relaxed, or energized. Another powerful somatic movement technique is called progressive muscle relaxation. This technique involves systematically tensing and relaxing different muscle groups in the body, bringing awareness to physical sensations and promoting deep relaxation. It's a great way to relieve muscle tension, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. Chapter 4. Vagal toning techniques stimulating your body's relaxation response. Have you ever wondered why humming can be so soothing, or why a deep sigh can feel so relieving? It all comes down to the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in your body. The vagus nerve acts as a communication superhighway between your brain and your organs, influencing everything from your heart rate and digestion to your mood and immune response. When the vagus nerve is stimulated, it sends signals to your brain to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting a state of relaxation, calmness, and well-being. This process is known as vagal toning, and it's like turning down the volume on your stress response. Here are a few simple yet effective vagal toning techniques. Humming. Humming creates vibrations in your chest and throat that directly stimulate the vagus nerve. You can hum any tune you like, or simply hum a single note. Try humming for a few minutes and notice how it makes you feel. Deep sighing. Deep sighing is another way to activate the vagus nerve and release tension. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold your breath for a moment and then exhale slowly and fully through your mouth, making a sighing sound. Repeat this several times. Cold water. Exposing your face and neck to cold water has been shown to stimulate the vagus nerve. You can splash cold water on your face, take a cold shower, or even hold an ice pack wrapped in a towel to your face and neck for a few seconds. Let's try a deep sighing exercise together right now. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and exhale fully with a sigh. Notice how you feel after these deep sighs. Chapter 5. Mindful self-compassion. Cultivating kindness for yourself. In the midst of stress and overwhelm, we can be our own harshest critics. We might judge ourselves for not doing enough, for not being good enough, or for simply not being perfect. This inner critic can amplify our stress levels and make it even harder to cope with life's challenges. That's why it's essential to cultivate mindful self-compassion. The practice of treating ourselves with the same kindness, care, and understanding that we would offer to a good friend. Mindful self-compassion involves 3 key elements. Self-kindness. Instead of judging yourself harshly, offer yourself words of encouragement and support. Acknowledge that you're doing the best you can in this moment, even if it doesn't feel like enough. Common humanity. Recognize that you're not alone in your struggles. Everyone experiences stress, setbacks, and difficult emotions. Connecting with the shared human experience can help you feel less isolated and more supported. Mindfulness. Paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Notice when your inner critic is active and gently redirect your attention to self-compassionate thoughts. One of the simplest ways to practice mindful self-compassion is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, either silently or aloud, to challenge negative thoughts and cultivate a more compassionate inner dialogue. Here are a few affirmations you can try. I am worthy of love and compassion just as I am. I am doing my best and that is enough. I am capable of handling whatever challenges come my way. I choose to be kind to myself even when I make mistakes. Repeating these affirmations regularly can help to shift your mindset and cultivate a more compassionate and supportive relationship with yourself. We've covered a lot of ground today, from breathwork and grounding techniques to somatic movements, vagal nerve stimulation, and mindful self-compassion. Remember, the key is to find the techniques that resonate with you and incorporate them into your daily routine. You don't have to do everything at once. Start by choosing 1 or 2 techniques that you feel drawn to and practice them consistently. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually incorporate other techniques into your toolkit. If you found these techniques helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more science-backed wellness tips. Remember, you have the power to regulate your nervous system, reduce stress, and cultivate a greater sense of peace and well-being.